How do you think you
Are
got
you
it?
sure you have
You
cancer?
should eat blueberries.
I can't believe you would still eat
Why
that.
didn't you tell me sooner?
Have you tried
All
smoking
you've
weed?
got to do is smoke
It was
some weed.
probably the
How long
weed.
do you have to
At
live?
least you have a good kind of
Why don't you
cancer.
take a
Yeah.
pee?
Try
I'm
yoga.
here for you.
People have the best intentions, it's just they don't really know how to best convey.
And sometimes when people try and empathize, you know, you can feel it, but like I've gotten before, like, oh yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Like I had my appendix removed.
Somebody who looks at me, oh, you poor thing. And it's so unempowering.
Oh, my grandma had ovarian cancer.
So, are you gonna die?
How are you? You know,
How
the emphasis
are
on
you?
are. Yes.
I think a lot of times there is nothing really that you can say. What's often best is to just be with the person while they're trying to process what's going on. And if you feel like there are no words, there probably are no words.
It's more than just sitting there. It's certainly not a passive thing. I think like holding space could seem like a very just like passive. You're just sort of there in the room.
Be there, be supportive.
Sometimes you don't need a lecture, you just need somebody to be there.
Yeah, I guess friends didn't always recognize that like those moments of silence after saying something really difficult were okay. I think there was a lot of times where people felt like they needed to fill that space or change the subject really immediately.
The space can be a good thing. You don't have to talk just for the sake of talking. Sometimes less is more.
You have this very strong urge to want to try and help. Sometimes it feels unnatural to kind of stop there and not try to fix it because you can't. So be comfortable with silence.
Like if you're the person holding space for someone else, you can't like suppress your feelings and thoughts, but it's being able to hold your feelings and thoughts and also take in theirs.
That is the power of just being present with them, of holding a space with them.
Sitting there being bored as heck is half of it. Knowing that you're so bored, the other person's so bored.
We would just kind of hang out on the couch, and that was about all I could do at that point. Like I could just be myself, even if that meant just like lying on your couch and falling asleep at 7 o'clock at night.
One of the best memories I have with a friend is my friend, I think it was a holiday at school, and so she came to visit me, and we went to the cafeteria and bought a bunch of stuff and snacks that we didn't need, and we came back to my room and watched movies all day, and that was one of the best days of my treatment, and we did nothing. It's just like the same things that you would normally do, just in this place that looks different.
Exploring the hospital, as boring as that is, going on a walk and looking at a different white wall, like it's not fun, but it's something to do. And your doctor kind of wants you to walk, so let's do it together. Instead of you going out alone and walking around alone, why don't I do it with you? That's what makes it possible. Because if you're just in the hospital alone, that's horrible.
I need you to recognize that this is home for me now, and like put your feet up. This is your home now too.
And yeah, so like getting to be there and just like have a conversation in the hospital and just like sort of talk like friends, but like around these like all these medical equipment, that's been interesting for me because it's like I think it's a way for them to clearly visualize that you can still like be exactly who you are. You can still have that same exact friendship even when you have like all this medical crap surrounding you literally.
The conversations didn't all have to be about cancer. We probably talked more about other random things than my actual treatments and how I was feeling, and it was nice that it was a sense of normalcy.
Throughout Justin's cancer, I didn't want to pry. I didn't want to, push him and make him feel obligated to get in touch with me just to make me feel better.
I just never felt that you were prying because some people, they want to know, and sometimes it's because they're genuinely interested, but sometimes it's because they want to know.
I wanted to support you, but also for me, like I wanted you to know that I was there.
I did have friends who just let me talk and really say whatever I had to say, and I knew that they were listening. I mean, it wasn't like a just like glazed over kind of look, and yeah, I mean, that was helpful.
People are sort of naturally uncomfortable with silence. So it's really an act of courage, I think, to step into that space of uncertainty, of not knowing, and say, I'm here with you. And then just let the silence be. So what will you do when you don't know what to say?